This is my barley field. Here's our John Deere emblem. So this, I am in the combine. There's Super Sniper. This is not my combine. This is a friend of mine's family's combine. It's a John Deere 9600. And they agreed to custom combine for me so that I could make better straw. My brother-in-law has New Holland 8.9s, and he got wiped out by hail, so he could have come and easily combined for me, you know, which wouldn't have been a problem. I mean, family deals sometimes get complicated because they have feelings involved, but anyhow, I wanted straw from a conventional combine, so that's why this combine was hired. But with that, you get other stuff that happens. So you have someone else that has their own farm to take care of, and we all know that if you could get someone to come and do all the work you needed the day you needed it, you wouldn't own any equipment. You would get everything custom done. So then it's tough when your crop is ready and they come in another week. And like, they didn't have a straight cut head, so I had to swath, even though we traditional do swath. And then my brother-in-law's big 30-foot was busy. He had rented it out for a guy that had 5,000 acres of canola to swath, because my brother-in-law straight cuts all his canola now. Hasn't used a swather in 3 years. So I got a 15-foot swather, and I swathed this barley with it. So you can see the difference a conventional combine makes. And there's not a ton of straw there. It's just fluffy. I mean, it's drizzling now, so it's hard to tell how fluffy it was, but there's lots of those bales that I'm only getting one bale to a swath, where I've had lots of it where on good straw through a conventional, I've gotten 8 bales a swath back in the day. So I'm still very happy because here, it's all wet, but that straw it's just been, the combine's taking the seeds and that's it. So that's what I wanted. I got, I think, 30 acres left to bale, so I got 60 acres done, and I was hoping to get 400 bales of straw, and when I swathed it, I kind of knew that there was no way I was going to get 400 bales of straw, but I was hoping to get 300 bales of straw, and I won't be anywhere close to that. I'm sure, I think I should be over 200, maybe 225. I was hoping to, like I said, have 400. But this was a semi-dwarf barley variety. It was a 2-row, it's Austinson. And I'll tell you, it yielded, because this is just a big pile of sand here. And I poured the fertilizer on, and I poured the irrigation water on, and it yielded. It's good heavy barley, and it yielded, I got 110 bushel an acre, which on this farm is awesome. Like, I know there's other people that's like an average crop for them, but for me, this farm has had, on irrigation, 80 bushel crops and been all it could do. But I am a believer in the ESN fertilizer on this sand, where it leaches out. So, but it was difficult to get it combined just because of schedules. Like, there was a day where it was dry enough to combine at 8 in the morning, and they didn't come combine till 2 in the afternoon. So when you have to combine till 2 to 2:30 every morning when you're doing it to get done, it's kind of a problem. And then there was some issues on the last day. We only had an hour and a half left, but we didn't start until midnight, so it was kind of a disappointment, but that's life. Life's full of disappointments, and when you don't own the equipment, it's pretty hard to make any decisions on what you can't control. I got done baling hay. I baled out at the in-laws the other day, and I baled 100% of it tough. Father-in-law told me it was good enough to bale, and I went out there and it was like all over 40%. So I baled a couple bales to test, then I raked it, and I waited a day, but we were forecasted to have a shower, so I just went up and wrapped it all up, and I'll feed it all this fall. And so this is our second day of what I call drizzles. Like, we don't really get a rain, it's just drizzling. I've been out for, let's say, an hour and a half feeding horses, checking stuff, looking at the corn, and I'm damp, but I'm not soaked through. And that's what we've had for 2 days. So I wished I would have got the straw all baled, but it will be there when it dries out. Sniper's chewing on some vermin. I ran over a raccoon the other night when I was baling. Of course, when I say I went over, I actually stopped baling, put it in high gear, and chased it down and drove over it. My cornfield can tell you that the raccoons have been in there. Them buggers will pick the corn and make piles and everything. Old Wild, he's walking towards us. That's the old dog. He's the one that hates people. Well, other people than us. So he barks at everybody. Anyhow, I'll bring you out the corn. I guess I never thought, I didn't tell you guys, there's zero footage of harvesting this barley because I was busy. I drove my brother-in-law's fancy semis that have scales in the cab, and I overloaded every truck, not on purpose. And I used two 6,000 bushel bins of his place, hopper bins, that I could use on his big auger, so I could unload a semi with, oh, let's see, be 30 metric ton, and that's wasn't supposed to hold that much. And I could unload one of those semis in less time than I could take 12 ton off the tandem with our 8-inch auger here. So, but there's no footage of any of it because I was too busy. Old rotten things, dog. That'll smell nice. Bring it to the yard. Yummy. Anyhow, there is nothing for these videos. Like I said, there's Old Wild, the old crotchety dog. Like I said, he hates people. We have to, people that come over, we just tell them, ignore the dog and he won't bite you. But I'll tell you, people that want to steal from us have issues, because he's not afraid to take a hunk of flesh. And he's done it too. So here's the corn. We'll see. Anyhow, this corn is nothing too fantastic in the fact of making grain. Here, I gotta just put you guys up for just a second. You're on a fence post. So you can see this is an ear of corn. I'm sure it's probably got 16 rows, and it's got, or it has, my English teacher would be mad at me for saying got. It's full milk, it's nowhere close. We did not get the heat this year, even though I baby cried about a week or so where we were hot. We were quite cool, so this corn is 2 weeks behind where it should be. So we will not be chopping corn next week like we thought. We probably won't chop corn until just about October, which means that all the choppers will be busy doing feedlots, and so can't change that either. We'll go have a look at what the hayfield's looking like. This has not been irrigated. It should have been irrigated a week and a half ago, but I had barley on either side, and so I was busy. I don't have an automatic shut-offs or computer, so I need to be around to irrigate, so it didn't happen. But you can see where the swaths were, but it's regrowing, and I won't put any fertilizer down because the cows are just going to graze it. They'll deposit their own fertilizer. Like I said, for the barley straw, it's nice that we're not pouring rain, but in the same facet, if we're not going to be able to harvest, we could get some moisture to help keep the pastures softened up and palatable. But oh well. I haven't watered the corn since the middle of August because that's what we do. We let it dry up so the lowlands will be, you can drive through when you're chopping. Anyhow, no big exciting videos, no bronc rides, no combine rides. It was slow. Like, if my brother-in-law had come with his New Holland, we would have combined in one afternoon and got it all done, and we would have been driving trucks like crazy. But with that little combine, it was not that way at all. So I very much would like to get another old combine if I grow grain again, and then I can just pick away at it myself and fill trucks. But our Western Star finally died, so we just used the Kenworth, and then I got 2 semis from my brother. So it was nice. Use nice equipment. It's fun. So that's all it is. Nothing exciting, but we'd show you what's shaking. Like I said, it's just gray and gloomy. And like I said, we only have 2 dogs now that the boys are in college. There's 3 dogs up at college, so the old boy here, Wild, he goes around more now. But be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Have yourselves a great day. Happy farming.